YouTube. It's good. Zapos90 here, back in with another video. And I am not driving. Aha! See what I did there? This is basically the yearly preview and prediction for the NFL season. Now, normally I do this with LC Muscles, Lucas, but I decided to shake things up a little bit, spice it up, if you will. Today I'm doing it with two of my good friends, Steve K.
Representing Ravens Nation, loud and proud. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Exactly.
And JVD.
I've not done a video in so long, but I'm saying fly, Eagles, fly.
On the road to victory.
Amen.
And for me, of course, as you can see, thumbs up. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be doing every single, or like we did, like me and Lucas did every year, previewing and predicting the NFL season, what the rankings are gonna be, the seedings, like how each team's gonna seed, the playoff predictions, as well as the Super Bowl. So, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's start out with the AFC. Start out with AFC North.
Okay.
We're going to go north, south, east, and west. Okay? That sound good?
Yeah, sure.
North, south, east, and west. So, I have the division winners being the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, I have the Ravens winning the AFC North. I have their record being 12-4. Yes. I think they're going to be having a really good season. I mean, I know they lost Haloti Ngata, but I think Timmy Jernigan is going to step up, do pretty well for them. And plus they have Joe Flacco and Steve Smith Sr., who is, I think he said he's retiring after the season. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
He is retiring after this season. So, and a lot of the other rookies like Perryman from UCF, he's going to have a good year. Not sure about the running back situation, but I think they'll be all right. I think 12-4 is a pretty respectable record for the AFC North. Coming in second place, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They will be 9-7.
Damn.
Yeah, I think they have a tendency to lose very winnable games. So I think they'll lose a lot of winnable games because they are the Steelers. And, fantasy-wise, I think Roethlisberger and Bell and who's that guy? Antonio Brown will have pretty good fantasy numbers this year. But still, I think they will be 9-7. Coming in third place, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. They will be 5-11. They will be 8-8. Even with the great AJ Green and Andy Dalton quarterback, defense, but I think they'll be okay. 8-8, just right in the middle, And once again, rounding up the rear, the Cleveland Browns. No surprise whatsoever.
Indeed.
5-11. That's where I see them playing out. 5-11 for the Cleveland Browns. Johnny Football, he needs to step up big time. He's not even the starter. Why the hell am I saying that? I don't know. But, yeah. So, to recap, Ravens 12-4, Steelers 9-7, Bengals 8-8, and the Browns 5-11. What about you guys?
Steve, after you.
Okay, well, I'm going to say, I do agree with the Ravens being in first, but however, I don't see them really getting that much wins this season. Now, you are right about Haloti Ngata, going to the Lions, but I don't think that's going to be, a problem or anything because we do got some younger players on our roster, like you mentioned, and you got Elvis Dumerville still in the linebacker spot. You got him. You got T-Sizzle, Terrell Suggs. You got a great set of linebackers right back there. You got Jimmy Smith, a great cornerback. You got Matt Elam. You got some more players, too, as well. And then you also have got Steve Smith, which will be his last season, as you mentioned. And I could definitely see him maybe heading to the playoffs as well. Sorry to get into that already. But I see definitely them having a very good season. But I say for this one, I say the Ravens go 10-6 this season. Just I just don't see 12, unfortunately, because I've been looking at the schedule. But for the running back situation as well, now there is one person that is not here anymore, and that is Ray Rice. But who cares? I mean, you have Justin Forsett. Forsett is doing a really awesome job, and I think he's going to step it up this year, and he's probably going to do the best that he can do. I think for sure that, he can fill them shoes like Ray Rice and many others that have been running backs for the Ravens. So 10-6 for us. For second place, I'm going with the Bengals.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the Bengals have got Andy Dalton and all them other players too, but too many to name. But I'm just saying, I think for the Bengals, though, this is going to be pretty close. I'm going to go with them at 9-7 for their record.
Okay.
For third place, the Pittsburgh Steelers, because I've said many times before, I am not a fan of them at all. I do have friends on Facebook, though, that are fans of the Steelers, though, but I just tell them, I'm just a Ravens fan, but that doesn't stop me from being friends with anybody because I'm a nice guy. That's why.
That's right.
So, anyway, Steelers in third with a 8-8 record, an even one, and of course in last, the Cleveland Browns. I can't stand Johnny Football. I really cannot. I cannot stand Manziel.
I don't think anybody can.
No, I mean, I've been looking on Facebook and I was looking at my posts and I'm like, he got fined like amount of money for like giving the finger in a game one time, which I remember, and I was like, from my On This Day thing, I'm like, oh my god, that's right, and I think one person who should be the starting quarterback for these guys is our favorite, Thaddeus Lewis Esquire.
Lewis Esquire, baby.
But the problem is he's probably not going to get a lot of playing time just because they got Manziel and Josh McCown, who formerly played for the Buccaneers last year, I think.
Yeah.
So Browns in last. I'm going with 4-12 for them.
Okay. And last but not least, Mr. JVD, what do you got, my friend? Hello.
Speak up.
JVD.
We can barely hear you.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Speak into the microphone.
That's better. I can hear you.
Okay, well, I unplugged the microphone cord. That's why this headset's screwed up. I'm again agreeing with you three. The Baltimore Ravens take first place in the AFC North. My record is a bit different than both of you. I'm saying 11-5. You have a lot of good players on Baltimore. You got Flacco doing what he has to do to get that ball down the field. Your running back situation is pretty good right now. It's going to get even better as the season progresses. You got linebackers and cornerbacks who know what they're doing. You can play defense and play offense on both sides of the ball. You're looking at a really solid football team with them. Only thing I'm doing now that was agreeing with one of you two for the second place pick, and that's going to be Putnam. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have it at a record just behind Baltimore. I don't know why I'm thinking of it, but it's 10-6.
Yeah.
I think Roethlisberger can do something this year. He can do. Let's see. How can I put this without sounding like an idiot? He can do things that he was not able to do in previous years, but he finally was able to get better enough and have a better skill set at that. So it's even better. I'm going with the Bengals in third place of an 8-8 record.
Okay.
I don't see Cleveland going anywhere this season. I really don't. But no, of course, neither do I see Cincinnati going anywhere.
Touche.
So I'm going to say, however, the Cleveland Browns run the bottom of the barrel, like usual, at a record of, wait for it, 5-11.
There we go.
5-11.
Okay.
Let me say this though before we go into the AFC. Where's it? We're going to South next.
South.
Okay, before we go into the AFC South, you guys mentioned the one player that everyone has hyped the fuck up since he got drafted, yet he has not been able to prove himself. Johnny Manziel. He got drafted, what was it, last year, 2 years ago, and can't prove himself. Why the hell is he still playing football? Nobody knows. He had a great career in college, but now this is not college. This is the major league. This is the big time. This is where you put your big boy pants on. You don't keep the pull-ups on. I don't see him doing anything. He's going to be second string, and if if he absolutely has to play, he's going to be third string. I don't see him going anywhere near that ball this year.
Interesting.
Very.
Interesting. I respect that.
Thank you.
Now, we got to the AFC South.
Going
Now,
south.
yeah, we're going down south. That's right.
Evil.
And for some reason, the Colts are south. I don't understand that. And speaking of the Colts, I have them being in first place in the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
We got Andrew Luck, who is quite possibly one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's easily in the top 5. In my opinion, he's number 5. You got Brady, Manning, Breeze, Rodgers, and Luck in that order.
Brady's overrated.
Yeah, I put Manning over Brady any day of the week. Anyways, and they added a lot of key players. They got Frank Gore in the offseason. They got Andre Johnson, along with guys like T.Y. Hilton and Philip Dorsett, who they got in the draft. And who's that other guy? Kobe Fleener. And that offensive line looks really stellar. And the defense, you got Vontae Davis and Dwight Freeney and who's that other guy? I think Antoine Bethea is still there. I don't know.
I believe so.
But nonetheless, I see them winning their division. I see them going 13-3.
Sorry to cut you off, but I do not see Antoine Bethea according to this roster on Wikipedia. So.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, really?
Wikipedia.
I'm serious, man. I don't see his name.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Very.
But nonetheless, I see them going 13-3. I think they're going to have a stellar year, and they're just gonna have a great season. Coming in second place, I see the Houston Texans, the Hard Knocks team. They are on Hard Knocks this season. It's awesome to see what they're doing in Hard Knocks. Quarterback situation, they went with Hoyer instead of Mallett. I understand that completely. And they got J.J. Watt on the defense side of the ball. You got the MVP, who should have been the MVP last season. I think this year he's going to solidify himself, and he will be the MVP of this season. Mark it down. Now, how are they going to replace Andre Johnson? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is a number 1 wide receiver, but I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be middle of the barrel. I think they'll be 8-8. Coming in third place, I have the Tennessee Titans. You got first-round pick Marcus Mariota out of Oregon. He's going to do some pretty good things for the Tennessee Titans. Wow, I almost botched that. And yeah, I mean they have a really, really young team. I mean they got Bishop Sankey coming into his second year. They got a veteran like Harry Douglas and Dorial Green-Beckham, who they also picked up in the draft. Defensively, they look okay. They got Michael Griffin. He's going to do all right. They have Andy Studebaker. He's pretty good. And nonetheless, I think they're not there yet, but I think they'll be there someday. So I see them going 6-10. And once again, sorry, Michael Batten, Jacksonville Jaguars. Bringing up the rear. Once again, 4-12. I think, on paper, the team looks really good. Blake Bortles, you got Toby Gerhart, you got Storm Johnson, Ternard Robinson, T.J. Yeldon. Let's see, who else do you got? Marquise Lee, Allen Robinson, and of course you got Julius Thomas, who you picked up from the Broncos. So something to look forward to there. First-round pick who got drafted 3rd overall, what was his name? Dante Fowler Jr. Unfortunately tweaked his ACL and is out for the season. So bad luck there. Sinderick Marks, in my opinion, is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Just sucks he's playing for Jacksonville. Linebacking core looks okay, but nonetheless, again, on paper, this team looks good, but they can't execute. That's the sad thing. They cannot execute. All these college stars can't transition to the NFL, and it's sad to see that. So I see the Jaguars going 4-12. So to recap, Colts going 13-3, Texans 8-8, Titans 6-10, Jaguars 4-12. Steve.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a fair amount of truth in that and the truth sets you free because you are right. Because the Colts definitely, I definitely have them for sure win the AFC South because, well, yeah, as you mentioned, all them players there, and you got backup Matt Hasselbeck, you got the veteran as well, and you got Frank Gore in the running position, you got a couple others too. And you did lose Reggie Wayne though, but he's a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah, but we'll get to him later, I think. But he had some great seasons. How about it? They still got those people as you mentioned. They got a bunch there that could step up. And I'm not too much on the defense and much because I'm just not really. But the new guy Andre Johnson as well. Give me a sec. And yeah, I definitely think that this team will have a great season this year. So I say for them, I'm going to go 12-4 for them in first place just because 13 is a good amount for them, but I don't see it as that much. For second place, the Houston Texans. I agree with that as well because but they do have that running back, Arian Foster, great player, and they did lose Andre Johnson, as we mentioned, and yeah, one of the best players on there, J.J. Watt, and then you got Vince Wilfork from the Patriots, whoever, and yeah, you got a bunch of them too as well. And I think for them this year, I say 9-7 for their record.
Okay.
For third place, it's probably going to be no surprise as you mentioned the Tennessee Titans too, and yeah, just not a lot of comment about it, just because I just don't want to go on and on. So I'm just gonna say whatever. So. For the Titans, 6-10, I go for them. And, yeah, Jaguars, last place just because they've been stinking a lot, and I still think they are this year. And they almost beat us, the Ravens, in that game in Baltimore. I mean, it was a pretty close game. I was going to be beside myself if they would have beat us because I thought it was going to be a blowout. I said like 43-13 or something, which wound up being closer than I thought. But still, I'm going for the Jaguars. I'm going to go with 5-11.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
JVD?
No, I missed his first two picks. I don't know who he said in first and who he said in second.
He said
Colts first, 12-4, and second, Texans 9-7, I think.
Okay. Well, I guess all three of us have the same idea for the conference, I guess. I'm saying Indianapolis on first place. They're going to be 12-4. I can see Luck having a lot of success this year, not throwing as many picks as normal quarterbacks can throw. He's got great control in the pocket. He's got great control and speed out of the pocket. I think they're going to go very far this year. Houston Texans, I'm going to go ahead and bring up J.J. Watt on the defensive line. He is a fucking tank. He is a tank. He is a tank among tanks, man. I really do see it. I see it at 10-6 for Houston. I'm seeing Tennessee either 8-8 or 9-7 in third place in the division. Tennessee has actually had a cracked defense in a little bit the past couple preseason games I've seen. They can do a couple things right, and I think they're going to do that, but they're going to lose against some teams in some really close games. Fourth place, of course, Jacksonville. They haven't really had a good season in a long, long time. I don't think it's going to continue. I don't think it's going to change. I think Jacksonville would need to go ahead and completely overhaul that entire team to get something right. Not to be mean to Mikey Batten, I know he's a fan of Jacksonville, but if you think about it, you know that I'm right. Jacksonville has not had a great season since what year, if anything?
Since they went to the playoffs last time.
Exactly.
With David Garrard as quarterback.
Exactly. So with that one, in the end, overall, Jacksonville is going to end up, my personal opinion, they're going to end up 7-9, or they're going to go ahead and drop it and be 6-10. I don't think they have a shot in the playoffs this year. They're going to have to completely overhaul that team. Basically, they're going to do pretty much what the Phillies right now are going to try to do. What the Flyers are going to try to do, what the Eagles have already started doing. Complete overhaul of the team.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Now we get to the AFC East.
Oh, boy.
And this one was the toughest one I had to predict, because there are a lot of stellar teams on this. The AFC East has improved tremendously through the offseason. Start out with who I think is going to be in the number 1 seed. I think it's going to come down to Week 17. The last game of the season, the Dolphins versus the Patriots. The winner will be the AFC East champions. And in my opinion, got to go with the Dolphins to be the AFC East champions. You got so many players that can prove themselves on the field. You got Ryan Tannehill, who's coming into his 4th year, and every single year he has drastically improved. Mm-hmm. You got Lamar Miller, who is one of the best sleeper picks for running back. Completely overhauled wide receiving core. You got Greg Jennings, you got Jarvis Landry, you got Kenny Stills, and the first-round draft pick, Devontae Parker, out of Louisville. We got rid of Charles Clay. He went to the Buffalo Bills, but we upgraded because we got Jordan Cameron to replace him, who was on the Browns last year, I believe. Cleveland Browns, yes. Offensive line, they got to stay healthy. You got to protect the man up front. That's Ryan Tannehill. Brandon Albert coming back off of a ACL tear. Hopefully he does better. Defensively, we improved drastically, and we did awesome. And how? Well, maybe this guy can help, and that's number 93, Ndamukong Suh. We got him from the Detroit Lions. Him and Cameron Wake on the same defensive line. Oh, my God, that is going to be amazing to see. Along with O.V., Olivier Vernon, and Earl Mitchell. Linebacking core, that's probably our weakest side. That's probably our weak link, I should say. But the defensive backs, we got Louis Delmas, who got injured this past week, I believe, with the torn ACL. Get well soon, Louis Delmas. But we got Brent Grimes, who's one of the best cornerbacks. Rashad Jones, who was one of the best safeties. And a lot of guys who will be able to step up in the absence of Louis Delmas. Special teams, I see us winning the division. I see us going 10-6. Second place, I have the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. They will also be 10-6. The same record.
But you're saying because of the tiebreakers, Miami's taking it.
Yeah, exactly. Because of the tiebreaker, we got this. We can't really say anything much about the Patriots. I mean, what they lost, they gained. I mean, they got rid of Vince Wilfork, he went to Houston, and they got Malcolm Brown in the first round out of Texas. It was a very good replacement. But they lost Revis. He's now with the Jets, and we'll get to them in a minute. But New England Patriots, I'll give them 10-6 because it's Tom freaking Brady. That's why.
It's Tom freaking Brady.
Tom fucking Brady. That's right.
No other explanation needed.
None needed. Exactly. Third place, I got the Buffalo Bills.
Hey, Buffalo Bill.
What can you kill? Buffalo. That's a Beatles song. I like that.
I got it working. Nice.
It's a Beatles song. I like that. Let's see. The quarterback situation there, we don't know who is going to start. Personally, I think it's going to be Tyrod Taylor, who is a former Baltimore Raven backup to Joe Flacco.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's going to do really well for them. But not that well. Let's be honest.
Well, you never know.
That is true. Plus, hey, I almost forgot. They got someone from Philly, LaShawn McCoy, Shady.
Shady
Yeah.
McCoy.
They got Shady.
Yeah.
They traded who did they trade? Kiko Alonso for Shady McCoy.
Kiko Alonso, yeah.
Don't think that was a good move on Chip Kelly's part, but we'll see how that turns out. Defensively, they look beastly. They got Marcel Darius and Mario Williams and Kyle Williams and a lot of linebackers and a lot of defensive backs that'll very step up. I see them going. This is probably going to be strange. I see them going 7, 8, and 1. I think they will have a tie game.
Really?
7, 8, and 1.
Wow.
Yes. And rounding up the rear, the damn stinking dirty rotten scoundrel Jets.
Suck.
Geno Smith, Glass Geno. He got punched out in the face. That was awesome.
But wait a minute. But wait, did you notice though? The same motherfucker that hit him went to Buffalo.
Went to Buffalo, yes. So that was the ultimate troll move in NFL history. Take that. Rex Ryan, kudos to you, good sir. Ultimately, their defense has improved. They got a first-year head coach in Todd Bowles, who was the former defensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals, and former interim head coach for us, but we didn't sign him. Instead, we got freaking crazy Joe Philbin. Anyways, but they got Darrelle Revis coming back. They got Antonio Cromartie coming back. It's basically like a reunion of some sorts. And they traded, I believe, a third-round pick for Brandon Marshall for the Bears, and pretty much upped their receiving core a little bit to compete with Brandon Decker and Curley, I believe. So he's obviously the number one guy there. But Geno Smith is not a franchise quarterback. He never has, and he never will be. I see them going 6-10, simply put. So that's how I see it. So Dolphins will win the AFC East 10-6. New England coming in second place, also 10-6. Buffalo Bills 7, 8, and 1, and the Jets 6-10.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes. Well, I guess I'll start it. So, all right, I'm going to agree with this, with what you said about the Dolphins. Now, I will give respect to them, and they're a good team. I always have liked them before, and don't think I never had respect for them or anything. I do. Like Tannehill is a great quarterback. He's a good player, and yeah, this could be a pretty close battle between them and New England. But like you said about them, if I'm going to choose between them, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I am going to go with the Dolphins as well in first place. Yes, fins up for once. Yeah, but I think personally that I think I'm going to go with them with a 10-6 record for them, and for second place I will go with the Patriots, unfortunately, but I mean, they could get close to 10 wins, but for this one, I'm going to say 9-7 for them, just because Tom Brady's going to
that's right. He's suspended.
Yeah, he's going to miss 4 games for the season or whatever it is.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be like Ryan Lindley, I guess, is going to start, or that.
No, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, whoever the hell he is, never heard of him, but I think that's going to be that might cost them a little bit. As I think they always need Brady in the backfield to help, but I don't know. So, yeah, 9-7 for the Patriots for second. For third place, I'll go with the Bills as well. But, however, I'm going to go with the quarterback situation first. I do not see it being Tyrod Taylor, though.
Really?
Yes, in my opinion, I see it being E.J. Manuel, honestly.
Okay.
Well, that's just my opinion, and I just think, Tyrod Taylor is a pretty good player, but he had his ups and downs with the Ravens, with us, but yeah, he really just had his ups and downs, and I just think EJ's going to get in. Tyrod will probably be the number 2, but Matt Castle as well. He's been around a while, but I don't know what to probably do with him. So for the Bills, however, I'm going to go 8-8 though, but no tie. I'm not going to do that. And for last place, yeah, the Jets as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that situation with Geno Smith and the broken jaw thing, when I saw it, I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? That's just so childish. That is ridiculous. I mean, be a man for one and be a player. I mean, don't be like that, for God's sake.
Quarterbacks supposed to be leaders, damn it.
Yeah, be leaders. I'll be a leader, not a fighter. Anyway, but for the Jets, I'm going with 6-10.
Okay.
Yeah.
DVD.
I'm kind of thinking, 'cause it's kind of hard for me to think here, who's taking the title for NFC East, because it is going to be really, really close.
Very
No,
close.
I wanna agree with you guys, but I don't know if I can.
It's your decision.
Okay. That's totally up to you.
I don't know. I really don't. Wait. Hold on. If you think about it, if I think about what you guys both said, you know what? I'm actually going to say it. I'm going to say the Dolphins take it, actually. Because I'm actually going to think about what you said, Putnam. I think the tiebreaker is going to make the biggest difference.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how good you guys can hear me. I moved the mic a little bit,
We
plugged
can
it
hear you
back up.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, I do
Okay,
too.
good. I think the tiebreaker is going to make it, and if it's got to come down to that, I think the Dolphins have it this time, 10-6. Same with New England, 10-6, but they're not going to be able to get the division due to tiebreak. When it comes to third and fourth place, Buffalo has it locked for third. They have a running back they can rely on finally for once in the name of Shady McCoy. And for fourth place, I do see the Jets. I don't see Geno Smith doing anything this season.
Absolutely nothing.
He's gonna get hit and go down again. So what the hell's the fucking point?
Like a sack of potatoes.
A sack of fucking hammers, man. It's over. He gets hit one time. It's done. He's done. Bottom line. Record for the Bills, by the way, is I'm going to agree with Steve on this one. Say 8-8, no tie. The record. I'm sorry, for the Jets is going to be 6-10.
Okay.
Okay. Which brings us to the last division of the AFC. We're talking about the AFC West. Got to go West, old sports. First place might be a little bit of a surprise. I'm going to go with the San Diego Superchargers.
Ooh.
Wow.
To win the AFC West.
Interesting.
The reason why I say that because Philip Rivers desperately deserves to be in the playoffs. You know, for the past couple seasons, he's been in the playoffs, but he hasn't really done that much. Why is that? Because they haven't had a running back. But now they do have one in Melvin Gordon out of Wisconsin. Their first pick in the draft out of Wisconsin, running back. He's going to do really well for them. Defensively, they're okay. But I think Philip Rivers will deliver the ball to everybody. Everybody's going to get a touchdown this season, even that guy.
Points to a random guy in the stands.
Anti-tennis girlfriend.
Shit. Damn.
I see them going 11-5.
Ooh.
Second place, I see the Denver Broncos. I mean, Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning. No, nothing to say more about that. Again, they've improved on both sides of the ball. They got a lot of good players in the draft. They got Shane Ray out of Missouri, who I don't understand why. But, hey, it's still an upgrade from whoever the hell else they have. I see them going 10-6. Third place, I see the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid, former Eagles coach, and Alex Smith. I think they're a pretty good duo. They got Jamal Charles. They got, I think they got Jeremy Maclin too. I believe.
Yes.
Jeremy Maclin in the offseason. But hey, you can't go against what's his name? Jamal Charles, who's one of the best running backs in the league. And defensively, they got Justin Houston, who last year was the sack leader in the NFL. So I see them going 8, 7, and 1. See, I think, spoiler alert, I think the Bills and the Chiefs, I think they're playing each other week. I don't know which week they play. I believe it's 8 or 9. I think that game is going to be a tie. So yeah, 8, 7, and 1 for the Chiefs, and last but certainly not least, the Oakland Raiders. They upgraded. They finally got a number 1 wide receiver in Amari Cooper out of Alabama. And Derek Carr, or which one is David or Derek? Derek Carr. I think he's going to have a better season than he did last year. So yeah, I think they'll once again be in the bottom of the barrel of this division. No surprise whatsoever. 5 and 11 for the Oakland Raiders. So to recap, Chargers 11 and 5, Broncos 10 and 6, Chiefs 8, 7 and 1, and Raiders 5 and 11. Steve.
Wow.
Well, for this one, for first place, well, I'm just going to say it as a reference. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah, whatever. It's a prediction.
Yeah. But I'm going with the Denver Broncos in first place over the Chargers. Because they're both great quarterbacks, Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers, and they've both been around a while. But I just think that the Broncos just have a better chance at winning more than them, just because it's my prediction. So,
Understandable.
Yeah. So I'm going with 11 and 5 for the Broncos. For second place, I will go the Chargers with a record, of I will say 10 and 6 because, like you said about him before, and also other wide receivers, Malcolm Floyd, former Raven Jacoby Jones.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, he probably will be the kick returner, and he'll probably have a decent season as well. Man, he had pretty good seasons with us too, and everybody wanted to see him go. I personally did not want him to, but yeah. And of course, the tight end Antonio Gates. Nothing to say about him, just pure greatness.
Former basketball player too.
That's right. So yeah, 10 and 6 for them. For third place, the Kansas City Chiefs, and yeah, Jamal Charles is a beast, great player. Not too much to say as well. Just I'm gonna say for them a record. I'm gonna say 9 and 7 though.
Okay.
Is because I think they're gonna have an over 500 record. And last, the Oakland Raiders. Yeah, I know, but they picked up Christian Ponder from the Vikings, I believe, and they got wide receiver Michael Crabtree from Maryland, and they got.
Oh, that's right, Michael Crabtree.
Good player, man. But yeah, still don't see them having a pretty decent record. I'm going with 7 and 9 for them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do this here. When we were talking about the final of the AFC, I'm taking sides with one person, and that person's going to be Steve. Denver Broncos are taking first place of 11 and 5 record. Again. Peyton Manning is the reason why.
Yep. Legend.
All day Peyton Manning.
Yes.
I do see San Diego coming in at a 10 and 6 record. I see that second place. It's not bad at all. I think San Diego. My brother put it this way: there are 2 teams guaranteed to be sitting on the couch for the Super Bowl, and one of those teams is San Diego.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, I agree with him on this one, but they're going to come up really, really close with a really good record of 10 and 6.
Yes.
Third place, Andy Reid and the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I am the walrus.
Choo-choo-choo-choo. Thank you. I was hoping somebody would have done that because I damn sure wasn't going to do it myself.
You're welcome.
Thank you. 9-7 record. 9-7 record for them, and dead last, the black and silver of the Oakland Raiders, going in a miserable 5-11.
Okay.
I don't think Oakland has anything in them to do anything right since their last win of a championship.
Which was almost 30 years ago.
Almost.
That long.
Or when they
Yeah.
when they went to the Super Bowl last.
Steve's like, damn, was that long? Holy crap.
Well, when they went to the Super Bowl last, when they faced the Buccaneers.
Yep. But they had Rich
After
Gannon.
that, what the hell have they done since? Nothing.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, that brings us to the NFC.
Yay.
We're going to talk about the seedings after this. We're going to talk about the NFC now. Start out with the NFC North, the most historic, most glorious division in football. All the rivalries, all the history between these teams. It's my favorite division to watch. That's not the AFC East. You got the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to be in first place. It's going to be a little strange not seeing Jordy Nelson on there because of his ACL injury. So get well soon, Jordy Nelson. I think one of the rookies is going to have to step up, and I think that will happen. I think the Packers will do well because they have Eddie Lacy. They have Randall Cobb, who they re-signed in free agency. And, oh, yeah, by the way, they have Aaron freaking Rodgers. So I think
Not just Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron freaking Rodgers.
Aaron freaking Rodgers, that's right. I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. I think they will be 12-4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty high, especially after one of their key players is out for an injury. But I think they'll be all right nonetheless. Second place, it's going to be a little bit surprising. I got the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh.
What?
Yes, I have the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm shocked.
The Vikings?
Yes, the Vikings are in second place. I got Teddy Bridgewater, really good. And, hey, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but Adrian Peterson's back.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
not bad.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. They got a number one wide receiver. They got Mike Wallace from us, and good luck with that one, Minnesota. $60 million man can't catch a damn ball. Yeah, good luck with that. But the reason why I'm saying that is simple. Adrian Peterson. They need a running back. They got a running back. He's back, whether we like it or not. I see them going 8-8. The Detroit Lions coming in second place, or third place, excuse me, third place. They will also be 8-8, even with Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford. But the main reason why they lost in Ndamukong Suh, that defense is going to be, it's not going to be good. I'm just going to say that it's not going to be good at all. So I see them also going 8-8. And Rodney, I'm sorry, my friend. I know you're probably watching this. If you want to, or I don't know if you are or not, but I think the Bears will be in last place. Jay Cutler is garbage. I'm sorry. He is total garbage. Matt Forte is overrated. Their defense has done nothing ever since Brian Urlacher retired. Charles Tillman is now on the Panthers, so, again, a very depleted defense. Lance Briggs, I think, is gone. Let's see, who else is gone? I think Jared Allen's still there. I don't know why, but...
Devin Hester.
Oh, no, he's gone. He's on the Falcons.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're very, very, very depleted. I don't think they're going to be good at all this season. And personally, I think they're going to have the number one overall pick in the draft. I see them going 3-13. I do not see them doing anything good this season. 3-13 for the Bears.
Wow.
Put them low.
Just my opinion.
Low.
Just my opinion.
Wow.
And now, Steve, you want to switch up, or you want to go? Or do you want to go again?
Let's change up. Why don't you go next, and I'll go last this time.
All right. Sounds like an idea.
Yeah.
I am agreeing with Putnam on the first pick, though. The Packers are going to go at least 12-4, take the first place in the division. Reasons why. Well, there's mainly only one. Aaron Rodgers. I understand
Exactly.
they lost their key player due to an ALC injury. Sorry, ACL injury, not ALC. I'm all over the place today.
I had to worry about it.
The ACL injury is going to kill them with that one player, but I still think they're going to have enough to do what they need to do. They're going to take first. Megatron and the Lions. My pick for second place out of the four. They're going to go a good 9-7. Megatron's going to be able to do something. Stafford's going to be able to do a lot, and trust me, I think their running game and their passing game is going to be much better than last season.
Interesting.
Third place belongs to the Vikings. At a record of, well, a solid 500, 8-8. I don't really need to go into reasons why, because it's Minnesota. What do you expect? And unfortunately, though, I have to agree with Putnam. I think the Bears are going to go in fourth, but they're not going to be that bad. You say 3-13, I'm not going to give them that. I'm actually going to give them a respectable 7-9.
Respectable.
A respectable 7-9. I do agree that Cutler has had a lot of problems.
They gave him Aaron Rodgers money, a guy who can't beat Aaron Rodgers.
It's true, but still.
They
brought him like that, and it's gone from really, really good to Bomb City. Basically turned into Bo Dallas from Monday Night Raw. But still, I don't think they're going to be that bad going 3-13, as extreme as that was. I'll be honest with you. I think they're going to go.
That's why it's called a prediction.
7-9. You know what? I'm even going to go 6-10. I'll even be that generous and go 6-10. But I don't think they're going to be having a good shot this year.
Okay.
No offense. Sorry to say to Rodney, but you know,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see if they shock us.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I definitely agree. Packers in first for sure. Yeah, you already said there's no need to say it again. Aaron Rodgers and all that other stuff. 12-4, I'd say, for them for first. Second place, I'm going to go with the Lions as well in second place, just because Megatron, Stafford, and new guy Haloti Nada to replace Dominican Sue. But
that's right.
I wish Nada the best with the Lions because, you know, he was a great player for us. I mean, he was traded to the Lions for somebody, but as far as I'm saying, if there's ever a possibility of him coming back to the Ravens, I don't see that as a possibility. I think his career in Baltimore is done. I think he's moving on, but I wish him the best with the Lions, and he does a very good job. And with that being said, I go with a 9-7 record for the Lions. For third place, the Minnesota Vikings, because yeah, Adrian Peterson somehow is back again, and yeah, you pretty much said everything there, and I'm just gonna say for the Vikings, I'm gonna go with 8-8, and
Okay.
yeah, Chicago Bears last place. Yeah, you already said Cutler and all them other guys and stuff. Yeah, but I'm gonna go for them. I'm gonna go 4-12.
Okay. Now we got the NFC South. And in first place, might be a little bit of surprise again, but let's be honest, this team has been through a lot recently. They got a lot of injuries the past couple seasons, but I think they're going to get back up to first place. In first place, I have the Atlanta Falcons. You got Matt Ryan, who's easily one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. If not the NFL, he's easily in the top 10. You got Roddy White, you got Julio Jones, you got Devin Hester, you got Devontae Freeman, who was a pick last year out of FSU, and you got Tevin Coleman, who's another great running back who they got in the draft. Defensively, they got Brooks Reed, who's really good linebacker. Let's see, you got Jonathan Babineau there still. You got Vic Beasley, who's a really good defensive end, you got Corey Bierman, who's also really good. Rashid Hagman's pretty good. Tyson Jackson, wow. I forgot they had Tyson Jackson. Desmond Trufant in the secondary, Akeem King in the secondary, Charles Godfrey in the secondary. A lot of great people in the secondary, a lot of great players in the Falcons. I think they're going to stay healthy. I see them going 12-4 this season. Second place, I got the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees is Drew Brees, and it's going to be kind of strange not seeing Jimmy Graham on the New Orleans Saints.
Hell yeah.
They traded him to the Seahawks, and I don't know who they're going to replace him with. I don't see Orson Charles stepping up. Kevin Brock, maybe, but nonetheless, defense looks really good. Who did they get in the first round? I think they got Stephon Anthony from Clemson, and they also traded a couple of picks for Donnell Ellerbe, who was also on the Dolphins and the Ravens.
Yep. Good player.
Now he's on the New Orleans Saints. He's a really good player.
Yep. Good.
So I see them doing all right. I think they'll be 9-7, second place.
Okay.
Third place, I got the Carolina Panthers. Let's be honest, they lost Kelvin Benjamin a couple weeks ago for another ACL injury. Get well soon to him. But other than Jonathan Stewart and Devin Funchess, the rookie, don't really see them having a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, they look really good. They got Luke Kuechly, who's one of the best linebackers in the league. You got David Mayo, who's pretty good. Jason Trosnick, who's also from the Dolphins, who he signed there. He's pretty good. And like I said before, they got Charles Tillman from the Bears. So I think they'll be all right. But in third place, I see them going 7-9. And last but not least, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got Jameis Winston, the first pick in the draft from FSU. And personally, on a side note, I think it's going to be really cool to see Cam Newton versus Jameis Winston twice a year. That's going to be really fun to see if you're a fan of the game, like us. Tampa Bay, again, it's kind of like the Jaguars. On paper, their team looks okay. A lot of players they got Jameis Winston, like I said. They got Doug Martin, Bobby Rainey in the backfield. They got Vincent Jackson, who's really good. Great wide receiver, I should say. Austin Seferian-Jenkins coming into his second year out of Washington. He's looking to have a great season. Defensively, aside from Levante David, not really that stellar on the defensive side of the ball. So I think they're going to, once again, be on the rear. I think they will be 4-12 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. Well,
JVD.
Well, let's see here. You pretty much picked out who I thought was going to win it. I'm going with Matt Ryan and the Falcons to take it first place. I think the Falcons have a good shot. They, like you mentioned, they have Julio Jones. They have a lot of really good help. The defense looks pretty solid so far. Let's see what happens. Drew Brees and the Saints take my number 2 pick. By the way, Atlanta goes 12-4.
Go.
Okay.
11-5 for 10-6 for New Orleans. I'm sorry. They're going to be second place. Drew Brees is going to do good, but there's going to be a couple games that he's, not going to be there. He's going to be fucked up, and he's going to throw some picks. Pretty big games coming up for that one.
Gonna be fucked up.
He's going to be fucked up, and there you go. No, but there are going to be games he's going to experience a really bad game, have some picks, and it's going to cost him. The third place team is going to be, of course, no surprise, Cam Newton and the Panthers.
Cam Newton.
8-8. 500 season. They're going to have some really good games, but the games they don't have, they're going to pretty much find themselves in a hole, early and often. Tampa Bay is going to round it out. They're going to be a dismal 6-10. Actually, I'll give them 5-11 to be more on leeway on that one. However, they're going to dig themselves in a hole early. They're not going to be able to get themselves out of the fucking hole, and they might just get blown out. Plus, the jerseys they have this season with the digital number looks like a piece of shit. Please do me a favor and burn them and go back to what you had before. They look fucking hideous. Oh my god. And by the way, request on the video.
Okay.
In the middle of the video. Can we go to NFC West after? Save the East for last.
Okay, that's understandable.
Excellent.
You can do that.
Like I said, though, 5-11 Tampa Bay because they suck and the jerseys look awful. Just want to recap that again. But like I said, once they get themselves in the hole, they're going to be getting into it often, and they won't be able to get out.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Okay. Falcons 12-4, Saints 11-5, Panthers 8-9-7, and Buccaneers 5-11. Done.
Moving on.
Damn.
Moving on.
This team, this record, he went through all four in like 5 seconds.
You know, I used to do the same thing. But I decided to explain myself, if you know what I'm saying.
Apparently Steve didn't have to on this one.
Yeah,
All right.
you already did the work, so I'm done.
Basically, yeah.
You're welcome. Now we're going to go to the AFC West, like JVD said.
Okay.
Understand. Well, let's go first with the team I see being in first place. And surprisingly, it's not who you think.
Oh, I think I know.
It's not the Seattle Seahawks. It is the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh.
Yes, I see the Arizona Cardinals going in first place. I think Carson Palmer, with a healthy, if he stays healthy, this team is going places. They got Larry Fitzgerald. They got a lot of great players on the defensive side of the ball. They got Patrick Peterson. They got Tyrann Mathieu, both from LSU. Let's see, they got Jaron Brown, John Brown, Michael Floyd on the receiving core. Andre Ellington as a running back. Chris Johnson as a running back. They got CJY2K as a running back now. They just signed him, so that's pretty good. Overall, I think they're going to have a really, really, really good season. I think they're going to go 11-5. Second place, I see the Seattle Seahawks. No surprise here. I mean, their team is stacked. They got even more stacked when they signed Jimmy Graham, or traded for Jimmy Graham in the offseason. I think they're going to go 10-6. Third place, I got the St. Louis Rams. I think they'll be. I mean, they got Nick Foles from Philly. I think JVD is still pissed about that. We'll find out in a little bit. But they got Todd Gurley in the first round. I think he's going to be a really good running back for them. Defensively, they look really good. Offensively, they look okay. So I think they'll be just on the outside looking in. I think they'll be 6-10. And rounding it out, I think the San Francisco 49ers will be in last place. I'm going to be honest with you. Again, like the Bears, I don't see them doing anything. And Kaepernick's not really that hot anymore. Not as hot as he used to be, that's for sure. Frank Gore's gone. You got Anquan Bolden still there. Is Anquan Bolden still there?
Yes.
Anquan Bolden's still there. Stevie Johnson's still there. Since Harbaugh left, it's pretty much like a big old question mark over there in San Francisco. So I'm going to see them going 4-12. I really don't see them doing much of anything.
Ouch.
So yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Let's
Just
go
my
ahead.
opinion.
If you want me to vent, now would be the time.
Go ahead.
Like you, I'm actually going to say Arizona beats Seattle this year. Seattle's had two amazing shots in the Super Bowl. I think personally they got fucked over in the last one for a repeat.
Horrible.
I'm blaming Deflategate again.
On the
That's just
first,
beside the point.
you're on the 1 yard line. Use beast mode.
Exactly, and you don't do it because you're stupid.
Idiots.
Arizona with Larry Fitzgerald, dude. I don't know what more to say. They're going to be tremendous.
Carson
quarterbacks-
freaking Palmer.
Carson freaking Palmer, man, the quarterback. He knows how to throw this ball, even if he's got 15 different players from another team on his ass. He can do it. I think he's going to go far. I'm going to say the record for them, at least 12-4.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to say second place Seattle. They're going to go 10-6. I don't think they're going to have enough to go for 11 wins, but they do got beast mode.
They got beast mode. They got beast mode.
And they're going to be back to spin the wheel after the show. Never mind. Different idea. Gotta add some entertainment to the video. No, they do have beast mode. They got, of course, one of the great quarterbacks of who, guys? Come on.
Russell Wilson.
Thank you. I was hoping both of you guys would say that, but only one did.
Russell Wilson.
He's coming in all late.
Okay.
Coming in all late. Shit.
There, I said happy.
Yes, very, very actually. Russell Wilson's going to do very, very well this season, but I only see 10-5. The out of the 5 games, 3 out of the 5 games.
10-5.
What did I say? Did I say 10-5?
You did.
I meant to say 10-6. Sorry.
Okay.
Out of the 6 games, I'm going to say 3 to 4 of the games are no more than a touchdown loss. I'm going to say, if anything, maybe out of those games, 2 of them were lost by a field goal. And just to throw shit in there, one of the 6 is going to be an overtime loss.
Oh, goddamn.
I'm throwing it out there.
Wow.
Third is St. Louis. I'm going to see them being 8-8. I think Foles is going to have a really good season with St. Louis. I wish him all the best. We have Sam Bradford. During the preseason games, Bradford was able to take a hit though, so that's not a bad sign at all. Like I said, though, they got a great quarterback in Nick Foles because of the season he had last year. I'm still upset that Chip Kelly did manage to get rid of him. That was a big, big hit. But I think they're going to have it good. If Foles stays healthy, they might go farther. I don't know if it's going to really happen. I do see them in third place with at least an 8-8 record. If they get lucky, it's going to be at least a 9-7. That's all I can see.
Okay.
The last team of the 4, the second team my brother said that's going to be guaranteed a spot on the fucking couch, is San Fran. I don't think Kaepernick's going to have it in him. I really don't. I respect Kaepernick, and I think that he's got a lot to give San Fran. Just not going to work out that way. I really don't. I think they're going to end the season 6-10.
Okay.
Okay.
Love it.
That's pretty tough for first place. I mean, but I'm just going to go out on a limb, and I'll agree with you all, and I'll go with the Arizona Cardinals in first place as well, because like you said about Carson Palmer, Larry Fitzgerald, a lot of veterans there you got, and I'm going to go 11-5 for them. For the Seattle Seahawks, for second place, I'd say. Still put up a good season, I mean, and I think for them I think 10-5 that they'll have. Or 10-6. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did too.
All right, error power, baby, error power in the video.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Shit.
Wow.
It's another name for a carpet. Fuck.
God, you have to mention that bullshit.
Hey, you! I just had to bring it up because it was funny.
I don't know.
Thank you very freaking much.
I don't know.
What you
You're
gonna do?
welcome. Thank you.
Great, I'm choking him. Okay, for third place, I'll go with the Rams as well, but for record for them, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go, I'll go 7-9 for them.
Okay.
And for last place, even though the San Francisco Giants have got some new players and stuff, one of them I will mention who now is with them and no longer a Raven, Torrey Smith, which
San Francisco Giants?
49ers. Oh shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have 2 sports fucked up in one day. All right, good. I'm happy about that.
Anyways,
Shit. Can we start over?
the Gold Miners.
All right, 49ers, yes, with their new wide receiver Torrey Smith, which I'm really disappointed with. I really wish he would have stayed with the Ravens, and why? Because he's a great player, and he went to Maryland for Pete's sake. But why has he got to go to San Francisco? I don't understand it. Why? And he reunites with former Raven Anquan Bolden, and they also got running back Reggie Bush as well to help out.
Oh.
But yeah,
Whoosh.
Bush, and you got Vernon Davis, beast of a tight end, also another Maryland native as well. And I like Kaepernick. I'm not a big fan of him, almost said that, but I do like him. He's a great quarterback, but yeah, I guess I'll have to agree with what you said. I'll have to say, for their record, I'm going to go 6-10.
Can I ask you, what do you think about how Nick Foles is going to be doing for St. Louis? What do you think about that situation?
I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, I think he'll do a good job.
They just need to give him some help, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. They got to make sure that pocket doesn't collapse around them.
And they need some wide receivers too.
I'd like to see Torrey Smith at least put up a decent year, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now we got the NFC East. JVD's by JVD's request, we're going to this division last because it's his team. The Philadelphia Eagles are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I guess I'll start out. You know what, guys? I think the great curse has been lifted. I think we will see back-to-back champions this year. I think the Dallas Cowboys will win the division. I'm sorry to say that, but it's been a while since we've seen back-to-back division champs for the NFC East. But you got the Cowboys. You got Tony Romo, who's Tony Romo, not really that good, not really that bad either. I guess. And you got Des Bryant, who got his rookie. He got his payday. He got his payday. He's got $20 million in the bank or something like that.
One of the players from Dallas, however, tore his ACL and his MCL.
Who that?
Oh,
Who's that?
Shit.
Rolando
I don't remember. I heard it on ESPN.
Was it Rolando McClain?
Could have been him. I could be right. You could
That
be
was
right.
the because he was the linebacker who did pretty okay last year. They got Darren McFadden in the offseason from the Raiders.
Yeah, not a bad pickup.
Not a bad pickup. Trying to replace DeMarco Murray, who's also with the Philadelphia Eagles now. And also they got Joseph Randle, who's going to come in all right. Offensive line, I think, personally, in my opinion, they have the best offensive line in all football. I'm just going to say that right now. Best offensive line in football is the Dallas Cowboys. Defensively, I mean, they're there. I mean, it's enough to get by, I guess. They got Randy Gregory. They got Greg Hardy, who's suspended for a little bit, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, secondary looks okay. You got Brandon Carr, the overpaid guy. Orlando Scandrick. Oh, that's who. Orlando Scandrick. He got an MCL tear.
Ooh.
So one of their secondary players are going to be out. So that's not good for them. Linebackers look all right, but I think once again, the curse will be lifted. I think we will see back-to-back division champs. I think the Dallas Cowboys will be 11-5. Now here's where things get a little interesting. Please don't kill me, JVD. Second place, I have the New York Giants. You got Eli Manning coming. All right, you got a lot of injuries the past couple of seasons. Eli Manning throwing the most interceptions of any quarterback the past couple of seasons, too. But I think he'll be all right. They got Shane Vereen in the offseason, who was on the Patriots. You got Victor Cruz, who was coming off of ACL surgery last year. Ruben Randall, who's going to be all right. And, of course, Odell Beckham Jr. with the one-handed catches and all that shit. Defensively, they look okay. I see them going 10-6.
All right, I'm gonna stop. Keep going. I'll make my joke when I make my picks.
Okay, third place, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. They will also be 10-6.
Ooh. So you're saying we're gonna be tied with them, but Giants are gonna have tie break.
I believe so.
I can see that.
I believe so. Sam Bradford over Nick Foles. I don't see it as of yet, but eventually it'll grow on me. I think it'll grow on everybody. Here's the question, JVD. Do you think Mr. Timothy Tebow will be on the roster come opening day?
Third string.
Third string. Okay.
They already have plans. It's going to be first string Bradford, second string Sanchez, third string Tebow.
Okay. I can see that. Like I said before, they got DeMarco Murray from the Cowboys in free agency. Or did they trade him?
Who?
DeMarco Murray.
We got Murray.
Yeah, but did you get him in free agency?
I believe we got him in free.
Free agency, I believe so. So he'll be good there. They got Ryan Matthews as a really good running back, and also Darren Sproles.
Yep.
Got to go with Darren Sproles there. Wide receivers look okay. I mean, you got Nelson Aguilar, who's the first-round draft pick. Not who I wanted them to get, personally. Miles Austin, you got Riley Cooper, Jordan Matthews, Zach Ertz at tight end. And defensively, you guys look pretty good, too. You got Fletcher Cox, Vinny Curry. What's that guy's name? Is Boykin still on there? Brandon Boykin?
I believe so.
I think so. And of course, and Kiko Alonso, who they traded LaShawn McCoy for.
For Ios.
What's that?
I said I know we have someone that we just signed to a major extension. Trying to remember who that is.
Byron Maxwell, they got him in free agency.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup.
Walter Thurman III, they got him in free agency. And, hey, you got my buddy. You got Cody Parkey from Jupiter, Florida as the kicker.
Yeah, Steve.
Jupiter.
From Jupiter, Florida. I see them also going 10-6 like the New York Football Giants. And in last place, I see the Washington Redskins being 5-11. RG3, I don't see him doing anything. Why is that funny?
Yeah, keep going. I'll tell you why in a minute.
Why is that funny?
I'll tell you why in a minute.
Anyways, RG3 hasn't really done anything since his rookie season. Alfred Morris is the only good offensive player, aside from LaShawn McCoy and Pierre Garçon. Alfred Morris from FAU, my alma mater. Soon to be alma mater. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Defensively, they look okay. Defensively, they look okay. They still got D'Angelo Hall. They got David Anderson from NC State. And, of course, H.B. Kerrigan. Yes, that's what he calls himself. H.B. Kerrigan. Ryan Kerrigan, who's the outside linebacker from Purdue, I believe. I see them going 5-11. So, Cowboys 11-5, Giants 10-6, Eagles also 10-6, and Redskins 5-11. JVD.
All right, unfortunately, I'm going to disagree. You should know. I am going to say the Eagles take it with a record of 11-5.
Okay.
However, they're going to be in a tie, but they're going to take the tie break. You have Sam Bradford. He's been able to take hits. He's been able to throw the ball very well. Tebow, of course, third string. I think we might see him if they make it to the playoffs. I definitely think that since we have Cody Parkey as our kicker, we're okay on the special teams department. We have Zach Ertz yep. We have Zach Ertz as tight end. Of course, we have one of my favorite players in the entire history. That, of course, being the one, the only, Cooper.
Oh, Riley Cooper.
I love Riley Cooper. The fact that we got DeMarco Murray in free agency was an amazing pickup. I'm actually surprised at a lot of the things he said about coming to Philly, which were all positive. He did thank Dallas for the time, but he said now that he's on Philadelphia, he hopes to do a lot of good things for Philly. We'll see what happens when it comes in. Now, who are the Eagles going to be tied with at 11-5, yet beat for the tie-break? The same team that we can always beat, and I hope it happens again, Dallas at 11-5. Dallas is going to be one of the toughest opponents the Eagles have, fighting them in Week 2, and if I believe correctly, Week 13. I could be wrong on the second week, but I know Week 2 is a positive. All I know is that we can do a lot. They can do a lot. I'm really worried about Tony Romo. Romo can be accurate. If he decides to have her pull one of his classic stunts, the Eagles got it. Because everyone knows he chokes in the fourth quarter.
Especially in the last 5 minutes.
Especially in the last 5 minutes of the game. But I do think it's going to be 11-5 for Dallas as well, but the Eagles are going to take the tie break. Coming in at 10-6 in third place is the Giants. I see Eli having a good season, but he's going to have 3 really, really off games. 3 games that are going to be extremely close. I do see them beating us once and us beating them once. I think we're going to beat them at the Link. They're going to beat us at MetLife. I don't know. I'm not too sure about it. We'll see what happens when the season comes. Other than that, ODB, Odell Beckham.
One hand.
Yes. One hand.
One hand.
And they have one player. This is why I'm going to say this also. And this is a really bad joke. What was it? Jones or something like that? He lost a finger.
Oh, Pierre-Paul.
Pierre-Paul. Jason Pierre-Paul lost a finger. So everyone knows what that means when he gets the. Everyone knows what that means when he gets the ball. He's always going to be 1 yard short of a first down. No, but actually, to be honest, I think Jason Pierre-Paul, even with the one finger gone, he's going to have a tremendous season. 10-6 for them. Last place, the team that we always know sucks in the NFC fucking East, the Washington Deadskins. And yes, I call them the Deadskins for a very good reason, ladies and gentlemen. The Redskins, RG3 can't throw a ball to save his fucking life. Someone do me a favor, get fucking McNabb back in there. He'll do a better job. Come on. One fucking hit and he's made of glass. The motherfucker's down. He's not getting back up. At least McNabb could take a few fucking hits. God damn, RG3 doesn't have a pair of fucking balls. He's got a fucking vag. And he's thrown more picks than any, I believe, all 3 quarterbacks right now in the NFC East combined.
Oh, currently, yeah.
Currently, he has. And that's not good. He's got nobody to help protect him in the offensive line. The defensive line has more holes in it than Swiss cheese. It's basically over. Over.
Already,
for
and the season
Washington.
hasn't even started.
It's over for them. As they even started, but it's over. They're fucking 5-11 or fucking even worse. I'm gonna dare to say it. 3-13.
Wow.
It's over. They don't know what they're doing. They don't.
They don't.
They're gonna come to the link. We're gonna fucking sit there and murder them. We're gonna go all the way to fucking Washington D.C. and guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna bend over and get ass raped yet again. As long as we don't do what we did in the beginning of the season last season, we were trailing by 42 fucking points against like a team like fucking Jacksonville and pull a win out of our ass. That's not gonna happen this season.
I don't see it happening either.
I don't see it either.
Hell no. Oh, hell no.
We actually might have a fucking shot this year.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that for our predictions for the both conferences. Now, how about the seedings? What do you guys think the seeds are going to be? I'll start with Steve first.
Seeds. Well, we said for AFC, like for North, I think. So.
Yeah.
I said Ravens and I think Bengals as well. For the South, I guess. The Colts, and not sure about the Texans. I mean, that's a question. I mean, I could see maybe one of them. I could see them maybe as a wild card, in my opinion.
Okay.
The West, the Broncos, and I can see the Chargers in it as well, and for the AFC, the East, the Dolphins and Patriots. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much in agreement. I'm saying Colts first seed, Ravens second seed.
All right.
Chargers third seed, Dolphins fourth, Broncos fifth, and Patriots sixth.
Okay.
David D.
I have no fucking clue.
Okay.
To be honest, when it comes to seeding, I'm not really good with seedings.
Neither am I.
I do think it's gonna be a toss-up between Baltimore and Miami, and Indy is gonna be really fucking crazy.
Okay.
I really don't know though. I really
That's
don't.
understandable.
Sorry to say that.
That's fine. Now for the NFC, guess I'll start. I'll go Packers 1,
Okay.
Falcons 2, Cowboys 3, Cardinals 4, Seahawks 5, and Giants 6.
Packers 1, Cowboys 2, Falcons 3, Cardinals 4, and was it 6?
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Okay. This is tough. I guess maybe the Giants at 5. I guess, and 6.
Okay.
Probably the Saints. Maybe.
Okay.
All right, I want to try this one. Definitely Packers first.
Okay.
2, I'm gonna say the Falcons. 3, I'm gonna put the Eagles. 4, I'm gonna put Cowboys. 5, I'm gonna put Giants. 6, I'm gonna put New Orleans.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting. Now, do we want to do playoffs as well?
I don't know. It's kind of tough to say right now.
Yeah.
It's really, really tough to,
All right. How about the Super Bowl? What do you guys think is going to be the Super Bowl?
I'm trying to think of one.
Everybody's saying Packers and Colts for some reason.
Colts is really not a bad choice to me, but for the NFC, I'm about to go with the Falcons. Falcons and Colts.
Ooh.
I have like 4 different scenarios.
Okay.
All right.
Giants and Colts.
Okay.
Because I think they actually might do something. They might actually have a better shot than the Philadelphia Eagles to go on. Either that, or we're gonna have a repeat of a Super Bowl at least. Eagles and Pats. We can also be even more of a dick and go fucking Giants Pats again,
Oh no.
or Eagles Colts.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm going to be going against you guys. I'm going to be predicting the playoffs, and hope you don't mind me flapping my gums a little bit, me being a talking head and all.
Sure.
No
Yeah.
good, because that actually helps me. I get to go do my laundry, take it out of the dryer.
Yeah, let me know when you're done.
Really?
Oh, it's your video. Go ahead, man.
Anyways, start out with the wild card round. Let's see. Wild card round, we got the Broncos at the Dolphins, the Giants at the Cowboys, the Seahawks and the Cardinals, and the Patriots and the Chargers. Now, once again, I see Peyton Manning being a choke artist. I think the Dolphins will beat the Denver Broncos and move on to the divisional round, surprisingly enough. Giants and Cowboys, I think the Cowboys will beat the Giants and move on to the divisional round. Seahawks and Cardinals, sadly, they're not going to go to 3 straight Super Bowls. I got the Cardinals moving on. And I have the New England Patriots beating the San Diego Superchargers. So, yes, JVD, your brother Jimmy was right. They will be sitting at home again. Which brings us to the divisional round. You got the Dolphins and the Colts. I think in Week 16 we will beat the Colts, but I think they will have the last laugh and send us home in the divisional round. I got the Indianapolis Colts beating the Miami Dolphins in a divisional round, so they will move on to the AFC Championship. You got the Cardinals and the Atlanta Falcons. I think that the Arizona Cardinals will beat the Dirty Birds. Cardinals will move on to the NFC Championship. Cowboys and Packers, rematch of last year, and once again, Dez will drop the ball. I think the Packers will move on to the NFC Championship to face the Arizona Cardinals. And last but not least, another rematch of last year. We got the Patriots going to Baltimore to face the Ravens. And here, I think the Ravens are going to beat the Patriots.
Ooh.
So I think it will be, in the AFC Championship, it will be the Ravens going to Indianapolis to face the Colts, and the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Green Bay to face the Green Bay Packers. Now, for the championship games, believe it or not, I got the Ravens going on to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I do. I think the Colts might be a little ahead of themselves, but it's Steve Smith's last year, kind of like how Ray Lewis did in his last year. I think they will go on to the Super Bowl. And in the NFC, Cardinals and Packers, it's really going to be tough to beat Green Bay in Lambeau Field in January. So I think the Packers will move on to the Super Bowl. So it will be the Ravens against the Packers in Super Bowl 50.
Wow.
And as for the winner, I don't know at this point. I honestly don't know. Just as long as I'm right, Packers versus Ravens in the Super Bowl, that would be awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, that's basically that's going to do it for this video. Want to thank all my Skype guests, my guests here tonight, Steve K.
Anytime. Always pleasure.
And JVD, I think he's doing his laundry.
Remember to fold.
Don't forget, yeah. Don't double fold. That's weird. Anyways, hope you guys like this video. Let us know what you think's going to happen down below. What are your predictions for this NFL season? Let us know down below. Till the next video, this is Apis saying peace out, baby. See you guys next time.